Hey gang, let's with Temple Fitness. As you can see, I'm driving in my car way home from work, and the reason why I'm doing this today is because I want to make sure that I can do these things, create this content, make these videos, without an excuse of like not having the right amount of time or perfect settings and things like that. So here I am driving home from work, and what I want to talk about today is like preparation, basic preparation for fitness, and how that preparation is going to help you with everything you do. And in this case, it is with being more fit will help you make more money. And so today, I do work in a gym, and part of basically my job is creating content for the gym. And so today is a holiday here, it's Terry Fox Day in Manitoba, or maybe it's across Canada. I'm not really sure, but it is Terry Fox Day, and so everyone has a day off. Normally, when things like that happen at the gym here, where I work, is they run events. So some form of a fitness event, usually something that people train for, people work for. And this event today was a sandbag rucking event. And I didn't really participate technically with like a sandbag and all that. But what I did have to do was run around with people, getting ahead of them, getting behind them, with a GoPro camera, and with several cameras actually in a backpack, being able to run ahead of them to be able to capture the right content, keep microphones with me, get interviews set, and all that. And so, thinking about that, in more recent weeks or months, there has been more running in my training. And if I wasn't running on a more regular basis, just recently, even like 2 to 3 times a week, I would have been really gassed, and I wouldn't be able to really capture the proper content that is expected of me with my job. And it really dawned on me that people, everyone, me, you, whoever else you could think of, we would all probably do better in life if we're all just a bit fitter overall. Like, there's no specific context here of like being X amount of weight, X size, but the idea that if you're fit and you're strong and you're healthy, you probably could make more money. There's more opportunities available to you. There are more opportunities available with potential jobs. And so, with some jobs just being physical in nature, right, you'd have to be of some form of physical stature and some form of physical ability to be able to do those jobs. And even though it wasn't that hard of work today, there was still, I'm not sure how many kilometers it was, but should have turned my Strava on. But I'm already at 12,000 steps for the day, and it's right now it's 12:30 in the afternoon on Monday. And the reason I say this is because people should take their fitness seriously, and not I'm not coming down on anyone here, because this is also me talking to me here, because for several years, with kind of being down and out, leaving the gym, I guess you could say going through my own bout of depression, was I didn't want to train. I didn't care about it. I took my health and my fitness for granted. And so when I had left that gym in 2022, I was about 170-ish pounds, give or take. And just this past January, I was 215 pounds. So like, I put on 30 something pounds, I think maybe at least 30 pounds. And during that time, like, it wasn't just it wasn't the conscious decision of like, I'm gonna stop working out, I'm gonna stop lifting weights, I'm gonna stop doing cardio, I'm gonna stop caring about my diet. It was slowly and slowly just not caring about like, oh, I'll just miss a session here, I'll miss a training session there, I'll half-ass it here, I'll half-ass it there. What's it gonna hurt if I finish my kids' leftover macaroni and cheese or chicken nuggets they don't finish? What's a few more cookies? What's a few more like just extra desserts and things like that? Maybe for some people, there's that balance of like, oh, they train enough and all that, and they can do those things. I was doing neither. My training was poor. It was very inconsistent, and when it was very not a whole lot of effort. And then, on top of training poorly and inconsistently, my nutrition was like next to none. And so you have a combination of those two things. Things did not go very well during that time, and so I had put on several pounds. And just recently, like earlier this year, yeah, my knees were hurting, joints were hurting. I felt just slow and sluggish and things like that. And I really didn't like how I looked and how I felt. And thinking about it too, like, if I had just stayed in shape, right, or gotten in shape during that time, things probably could have been better with like potential job opportunities. with maybe even like, and even then also too, to be honest, like getting comfortable in front of a camera to be able to do this stuff. Maybe I would have been creating content earlier, talking about like how being in shape can help others out, and especially yourselves. And so, really thinking about that too, like the job possibilities are there if we can stay in shape or get in shape and get healthy. And thinking about this too, there's certain jobs, like say if it's the police force, if it's law enforcement, if it's certain trades, being able to go up and down ladders, going up and down stairs, going in and out of buildings, carrying ladders, carrying materials, like that stuff matters. Being in law enforcement, being able to run after someone, right? Being able to move and walk and get your steps in and be able to do the job that's required of you to be able to serve and protect others. And so this isn't X's and O's of like how to do this and how to get in shape, but really to kind of flip that mindset and kind of going back into the Bible. This is Romans 12:1 and 2, to not conform to the patterns of the world, but to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so if we change the way we think about fitness with lifting weights, with nutrition, with rest and recovery, all those things, imagine what that could do for us now, because now we're playing the long game. This isn't just a quick, I mean, it's nice, this isn't just a quick belly blast and 6 weeks to slim summer bikini, right? Those things are nice, like they don't last, right? Like sometimes getting there, like if that's just a little bit of motivation, cool. But if all in all, I don't think those things will sustain. And so when we think about the bigger picture, if we think about our who we can help out, what we're doing this for, if this is for our family, this is for our kids, for our spouses, to be able to be good partners and parents to them, but also to being able to do and be your best for them, to be able to provide, because there's plenty of people I know who, I love them. They're great guys. I know that with the jobs that they do, like they won't be able to do it for very long because they've gotten so out of shape and they have they've grown a very poor and calloused mindset on fitness and on health. And it's the easiest thing to do to put on the back burner when you have kids to care for, bills to pay, a job to do, work overtime, all that stuff. And some people out there are, they're not only taking care of kids, but they're also taking care of their parents, right? Depending on, I don't know, maybe different cultures out there. I know with our culture, with in the Philippine community, taking care of your parents is also a big deal as well. And so now things aren't always just X's and O's. And here's your nutrition, here's your workout plan, and just sleep 8 hours and drink several liters of water a day. It's multifaceted. There's so much more nuance than that. And being able to look at your circumstances on like what's life looking like right now. You could be in your 30s, could be in your 40s, maybe in your 20s, because my 20s look way different than what life looks like now as a 40-year-old married father of 3. And so going back to it, fitness being able to make you more money. Imagine like if you just like, if you felt your worst, right? Which I was feeling like, not too long ago. If you're feeling your worst, you're probably, and that's, an inside thing. It's not just external, but it's on the inside. On the inside, if I'm feeling like garbage, externally, I'm going to act that way. I'm going to act like I'm not feeling too good. I'm not acting very high energy. I'm not acting like I got my life together. Right? I know fitness in the exterior and all that stuff is one thing, and it's not everything. But man, if you felt like you were at your best, how much more can you give the job opportunity? How much more can you give the job interview? How much more can you do for your work on a daily basis if you are a content creator or if you are in sales, and if you felt your best on camera so you can give your best to others? Imagine what people would pick up on, right? And I know I'm kind of going on a bit of a tangent here, and probably this video is probably a little bit longer than it should be. I do believe that we should all give our best shot to health and fitness. It doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't just happen with like, oh, I hope this thing happens. No, we really got to do something. We really got to change something. There really needs to be a cause and effect. And so if the skinny bikini doesn't motivate you, if the trip to Hawaii doesn't motivate you, like imagine making more money because you got in shape. right? Imagine actually being like, I'm not going to pull up any stats here. I'm driving. I'm not going to do all that. But I strongly believe if we all got stronger, healthier, fitter, better cardio, whatever, the job opportunities that are there for us would be available. If you are not a job person, if you are a self-employed entrepreneur type, imagine how much more energy you'd have to doing the thing you got to do. Imagine how much more energy you'd have to turn the camera on and record. How much more energy and strength would you have to be able to do all those things and to go for many hours for many days straight, right? Not neglecting rest, of course, but being able to go at it when others would stop and would quit. Right? I think these things are 1,000% important, and there is the return on investment financially if you got healthy, if we all did. And one regret I have is letting myself go for those last few years now. And I could have been doing this a long time ago. I should have been, but I mean, that's the road I'm on right now. And I can almost guarantee you, if you see this video and you take your health seriously, like, message me, let me know, comment on this, find a way to get a hold of me through social media, Facebook, Instagram, or comment here on YouTube. Like, if you took note of, like, hey, on this day I saw that video, I wanted to take you up on that challenge. I wanted to prove you wrong. I got in better shape and I didn't make any money. I certainly hope you do. But message me. But also on the flip side, if you do take this challenge, you do take it seriously. If you got in your best shape ever, and you're like, I felt better, and I feel like I look better, clothes feel better, my posture's better, my energy's better, and I applied for that job and I got it, or I applied for whatever job, or I made the content and I made the business course and I did this and that, and it actually worked. Man, that's a win-win. Now you got the energy, you got the strength, you got the power to do it, and you got the conviction and the confidence behind you to back you, right? So a lot of this stuff is mindset, right? There's no how-tos in this video, but I can almost guarantee you, I can't guarantee you, but I can almost guarantee you, if you got in better shape, got healthier, got stronger, got fitter, the energy you'd bring, the confidence you'd bring, and just that little X factor that we can't quite put our finger on, if you got in better shape, healthier, stronger, fitter, you probably would make more money. That was all for today. I'm almost home. I'm going to go meet up with my wife and my kids. I will talk to you all soon. Get healthy, get strong so you can make more money. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.